Imagine a school where everyday challenges test the strength and will of students, where imminent dangers transform into opportunities to survive, and personal success depends on the success of others.
Imagine a curriculum
that only begins when the comfort zone is left behind,
and it pushes students
to the edge of what is thought possible.
Imagine a class that takes 12 strangers
Across a remote island chain in the Indian Ocean.
in search of an education like no other.
This is much more than just a quest for self-discovery.
It is 12 students.
One boat.
2 weeks.
This is world class. My name is Greg Branham. I'm 31 years old and I'm a college freshman. When I made the decision to go back to school, it was, realizing that there's nowhere else to go except for a coffin or a jail cell. I got arrested probably 6 times or so. Could have been struck out and doing like 25 years to life. And so I'm hoping that this trip will set my life in the direction that it needs to be going.
Mike Avedon, 18 years old. Throughout high school, I never really adapted to the general education format. I was diagnosed with something along the ADD, ADHD lines. All the doctors wanted to do was put me on pills. I dropped out of Rhode Island because I had no inspiration whatsoever. I don't really know what I want. Hopefully this trip will put it into the big picture.
I'm Roxanne Benoot. I'm 20 years old. Right now, I'm kind of going on a really shitty path. I'm not really going to graduate at the rate I'm going. I'm more likely to drop out, get kicked out of the house from my parents, but I really hope that this helps me change my life for the better.
My name is Michael Hillman. I go to the University of Arizona. I'm a little scared about this trip. It's just, I have a condition called hydrocephalus, and my condition is life-threatening. My doctor tells me it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. I think that my condition has kind of forced me to look up instead of down. Going on this trip, I'm kind of taking a blind leap of faith. This trip is almost like a spiritual journey.
In order to discover new worlds, you must have the courage to lose the sight of shore. Education, aid, waves.
After 3 hours of sleep, 19 hours of traveling, and the next thing you know, within a blink of an eye, we embarked on the journey. While preparing to sail out from the Batang-Aral River into the darkness, a very strange feeling flowed through our bones while sitting on the edge of the boat.
The difficulty of organizing something like this, the 6 political hot zones that you have to get through to get here. The biggest logistic of all is that you need desire to be here. I'm proud of you for having the courage to do this. And the education starts right now.
We are just docking right now at the little town of Sikakap, and we're gonna get some water, some gas, whatever the supplies we need.
In Sigakop, hearing the call to prayer just ringing throughout the entire city. Unfortunately, the only experience that I've had with that is seeing it in movies where you associate Islam and that call to prayer with people who hate Westerners.
Going in there as a Christian, you're kind of like a sore thumb. At first, I didn't know if it was okay to say some things or do some things.
One of the most important elements of our program is our Islamic cultural ambassadors that come on board. They interact with the students, they teach the language, and they teach their culture.
We were taught some Indonesian, so when we're able to speak back to them, and they're just like, wow, blown away, when you're asking them, hey, how are you? And
I think the most special thing for me was just meeting and spending time with the people who live here.
Being in the village is just mind-blowing, it's amazing. It's not It's a little scary, actually.
Yeah, he's in bad shape. These are jungle fevers. This is malaria or dengue. I mean, you're going to see a lot of it around here.
And the malaria victims that, you know, shaking and itching, and it's really grim, but this is life, and life is grim. We have to help these people. These beautiful people in this beautiful land, making it more sustainable.
We stepped off the boat onto the island and just didn't really know what to expect, and we come walking off the beach into this green, lush jungle, and it was the first time that the majority of them that they had seen were Westerners.
We're bringing local medicine for distended stomachs. There's a lot of parasites here in the children. And of course, all our school supplies.
Loading up our bags, all kinds of goodies for these kiddies. And gonna give them some stuff to play with and some stuff to help their education a little bit.
It was really eye-opening to help other people and kind of put in perspective how your life really is.
It's just amazing realizing what large impact small actions can have.
I was seriously like fighting back tears. It was just so overwhelming what we'd just done, and the fact that here I am, I'm back on the boat and taking off, and they're on shore waving, and it was like, wow, and that's hard.
It really hit me when I was leaving the village. The uncomfortable feeling of, wow, these people live in this spot that I would never ever think of, I would never see. It was tough.
This is mostly about dreams, waking dreams, inspiring young students to dream by day. It is the young people that dream by day that become tomorrow's leaders.
The world-class program definitely opened my eyes to the fact that all of us can make a difference, and it shouldn't stop once we got off that boat. There's no way in hell that I'm ever gonna fall back into the hole that I was in.
After this trip, it really made my condition insignificant, and that there was way more to be concerned about, to be concerned about another human being.
Course taught me a lot of things. It mostly just helped me find myself. The Roxanne now is different. I love school. I actually go to Cal State Northridge right now. Opening your eyes up to the world really changed my life. I don't know how else to say it. It really just changed my life.
I really don't want to think where I would have been without this trip, you know. You have a new appreciation for education. This is what got me enrolled in SVA for the spring semester. And, you know, it really showed me that photography is the road I want to take. It's such a crucial part of my life. Education is really coming into play. There's a lot of light out there, and I can't waste any of it.
We're on the edge of the world here. And I think after this experience, every one of these students will be able to close their eyes and they can go to the edge of the world for the rest of their lives.